think maraming Pilipino rin yung nakapansin dito. Yung, I would say, yung battle ni Trump against wokeness. Yung sabi niya, I will also end the government policy of trying to socially engineer race and gender into every aspect of public and private life. We will forge a society that is colorblind and merit-based. As of today, sabi niya, it will henceforth be the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female. So basically, this pertains to the diversity programs na matagal na rin nandyan, no? As far as the United States is concerned. What do you think of this pronouncement?
Well, I think that he could not be more clear about where his views are with respect, to the gender issue. And it's a fairly backward, if you might, it's a fairly backward view in the sense that talagang, when it comes to the gender question, we are talking about something that is quite fluid in terms of how people have already come to think about it, no? And when he said that, one thing that was on my mind was in the 2016 Republican convention, there was a platform statement about respect for LGBT rights. And Trump said, I remember then, he says that he was very happy that that was on the platform. No, so what's his personal view regarding LGBT? The thing he was expressing last night, or was it a political kind of statement to satisfy part of his base that is quite conservative when it comes to gender identity issues? No, so that's for me a question. So definitely, ang sense ko lang is that DEI programs are in very great danger at this point in time, but especially within the military. And if itong si Hegseth, who's the nominee for defense secretary, he's been very clear about that. Yung ending DEI DEI considerations when it comes to the military. And basically, maybe Trump and Hegseth see eye to eye here that when he said that the military's function must be to fight wars, not to push DEI. No? So
Focus on the mission daw, sabi niya.
Focus on the mission, yeah. So I would think that DEI programs will across the board be in great danger. Ang sense ko rin dito is when we look at my sense is there's a great deal of racism in his base, and there's that's also tied up to the immigration issue. So my sense is that even if more Latinos have voted for him, and there's supposed to be an openness to him in the Black community, and of course we know many Filipinos voted for him.
Yes.
Nevertheless, I think that it will be not a very good time for minorities in the United States. That this will be basically, if you look at Trump's speeches and his rally speeches, it's basically very much white America ang nagiging appeal niya, especially the white working class.
Okay. Pero yun nga, across the board, panalo siya. So, clear na nakuha niya yung popular vote tsaka yung electoral college vote. Nandun din yung support from the Latinos, etc., etc. Ang tanong ko rito, Prof, no, what are we not seeing here? Kasi I also have conversations with our countrymen, yung mga Filipino-Americans. And most of them actually are in support of this policy by Donald Trump when it comes to immigration. Especially, kanina, di ba, sinabi niya, or kagabi, actually, kanina ginagamit ko dahil madaling araw. Sabi niya, national emergency, yung illegal immigration doon sa southern border nila. Tapos, gusto niya capital, yung mga, basically, illegally nasa United States, magkukommit ng capital crimes, dapat death penalty para sa kanya. At saka yung mga papatay ng mga law enforcers. So, hindi naman to sekreto yung mga positions sa binitawan niya, no? Pero when it comes to immigration, what are we not seeing here? Especially yung sinasabi niya, di ba? Terorista yung cartel na yan. Tapos yung mga foreigners, yung mga foreign gangs na nandito. I mean, technically, di ba okay yun? Pero why is he also getting a lot of heat when it comes to that?
Well, the thing is this, may kahalong racism kasi yan. If you remember, there was that statement he made that, he would prefer migrants from Norway, no? And not from what he said, shithole countries, no? Meaning the colored countries in the world, which is the majority, no? So my visceral racist there was racism there that was involved, no? Ngayon, in terms of yung support for his migration policies, that's really true, no? Because in the sense na there have been a lot of migrants that have already stabilized their situation in terms of the papers, no? That basically are saying that, hey, we went through the process, and why can't the others go through that process? No, so very appealing yung argument na yan to to many migrants,
Tsaka, Prof,
Asian
isa sa mga-
Americans who
Yes,
have,
Dagdag ko lang, no? Isa rin sa mga nadidinig ko sa mga kausap ko, nadadamay pa raw sila because they went through the process, tapos because of this illegal immigrants, pati sila na profile. I mean, those are the
Yeah.
things that they were
Yeah, yeah.
also talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah. No, definitely. There's so it's yung reactions yan of the minority communities has been a bit complex, no? Kasi nga yung appeal na yan, na we went through the process but the others are not going through it, and yet they're going to the front of the line. That's, of course, there's a lot of distortion in that, no? Ngayon, I think the problem here, Christian, is that yung Democrats kasi, they were not able to articulate a clear policy on migration, no? There was no clear policy, and if you don't have a clear policy, you had people very ready to accept yung anti-immigrant message ni Trump, no? So it's not just yung right-wing kind of racist and anti-migrant kind of nativist perspective, but that Democrats did not give people a policy to hang on to that was rational, that people could say that, that's a policy that makes sense, no?
That's a better policy.
That's really, that's a better policy. We will,
Tama.
I mean, we need not go through what would be the key points of that policy, but the point is there was no policy. And kasi every spring, no, Christian, I go to the United States to teach, no, and for the last 4 years, pupunta ka roon. Ano makikita mo? Unang-una, hindi nila kontrolado yung price. Inflation was running wild, no? Pupunta nga ka supermarket, nakasimangot lahat kasi ang taas ng rise in prices, no? Pangalawa, every night nandoon yung pictures na dun sa border in Mexico na pinapakita na uncontrolled yung migration. Yun yung nakikita mo sa TV. That goes every evening into the American living room, no? Pangatlo is that every night you had pictures of war, whether it was Ukraine or Gaza or what, no? So basically, if you were an ordinary American where, boom, nakikita mo lang talaga pag punta mo sa supermarket, tumataas yung presyo. Pangalawa, mukhang uncontrolled na yung southern border mo kasi walang policy. And three is that every evening merong war on Ukraine, may war on Gaza, at marami mga anti-war protests. So if you're an ordinary American, you would basically, I think, put yourself na malakas yung appeal ni Trump, and why would you vote for the Democrats if they're not able to control, these major elements of life, no? So yun yung sense ko lang na hindi lang yung right-wing appeal, kundi the Democrats' inability to offer a real program that would appeal to people.
So basically, gut issues naman talaga yung nag-define ng huling election sa United States. Diba?
Yeah,
Nakikita
right.
na gano'ng kataas yung
Definitely.
presyo.